Hey guys, it is Admin. Welcome back to another Breath of the Wild in Minecraft video. Today is part 2 of the Let's Build that we are doing for the Great Bridge of Hylia. If you haven't watched the previous episode, go back and watch that first, as we'll cover a lot in that video. But if you already have, then feel free to keep watching this one. And while you're at it, make sure to hit the like button if you're enjoying the series. So, what are we going to be doing in today's episode? Well, to start off, I want to make the arches, ignore that one, that was a failed attempt, that go between these two pillars. We'll probably start about 3 blocks down or so, as I think that's about the correct thickness of the bridge itself. But if you haven't actually seen the bridge, essentially it has an arch that comes off of it in between these pillars. So, we'll need to start off with a couple calculations because, of course, the whole bridge is at an angle. So, if we just take the farthest corner and we go to bit mode, we can go from here to that corner right there, and we find the distance is 7 meters and 2 bits. That equals 114 bits long if you do some math on that, and that is how long our arch is going to need to be. Okay, so I built up an archway using a pixel circle generator, and it is 7 meters and 1 bit wide. If you remember, one of the measurements I took from up there was 7.2, but on the other two it is actually 7.1, just due to rounding issues, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Anyway, and then I just chose a height that looked about right of 215, so almost 3 blocks. Now, of course, this arch right here is flat. It goes perfectly horizontal with the grid, but we need it, again, to go at an angle like that, okay? It needs to come along an angle. So, to do that, I just built this. So I just came off a pixel, or a bit, every 3 bits I went this way. And then we got an angle. And the nice thing about how I did this, then, is that I can quickly remove this, and now I have the correct angle. So we have the archway that I built over there, built again at an angle. It's great. So, moving on, the next step was just to make the archway that I already had made 3 bits thick instead of 1 bit thick. This meant that now we have the correct dimensions so that we can start copy-pasting, which is what we did in the next step. Like so. You can see, if you look closely, we have the 3-bit wide pattern right here, and then another 3-bit pattern, then another 3-bit pattern, and I just repeated that the correct amount of times so that we have it the correct width. Then that unfortunately did leave a couple holes that I patched in manually. So by a couple I mean like, I don't know, probably about 400. There were a lot of them because every time I'd copy paste it, I'd have to move it back by a bit in this direction, but that would leave a 1-bit hole. I think that would be one of them right there. And then another's right there, and so on. There's a lot of them. But what that means is now we have a really nice archway. Oh, also, if you're wondering why I built it out of blue wool, that's just because it was really easy to build with, because there's lots of different colors. It's very textured, that you can you can easily see where the bits need to be placed. Oh, and also a cool thing, you can run right up it and it looks really epic. Yoop. So then finally what I did, I just used a replace tool and replaced all of the bits with stone brick, which is probably not what we're going to stay with, but it definitely looks really interesting. So then, the final step that I need to do, and I'll need to figure out how to do this, is I need to put this up there. Now, I think I can like copy paste the segments. Thing is, there are a lot of them. So that's 5 segments for this row. And this one is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. So it should be, it's going to be a lot, but I think I'm going to try doing that now. I should probably move this. Here. Well, I should move this closer to where I'm going to be working. Also, I'm getting some lag today. It's kind of weird. I think there's a lot of wind right now. Paste. Anyway. Okay. Oh, I didn't grab all of it. Whatever. Yes! I did it! I managed to put it into place, and that looks amazing. It's fantabulous. It's... wow. So I found by filling in the archway, it made it a whole lot easier to place it. And with just a little bit of time and whatnot, I was able to fill it in, and then I added the, like I connected it all the way, and wow. I mean, just look at that. That is awesome. Wow. Whew. Well then, on to the next step, I guess. Alright, so the next step was, in my opinion, to label each of these pillars, because I actually hadn't done that. So now we have pillar 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, and then 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But I didn't stop there. I kept playing, and I'll just let that speak for itself. Yeah, so this is quite a few hours of work, but I added arches and these windows, and I don't actually know what these details are called, but they're like a little thing that stick out off of it. And then I added the boxes down at the bottom. And yeah, this was really cool, but I want to show you a little bug I came across in MC Edit that was a bit annoying, but I figured out a way around it. Okay, so suppose we have chiseled gold down like this, and we want to copy and paste it. We can copy and then paste, and it works just fine. Unless, let us, okay, so I'll add like a little border right here, and then add like a single bit in most of the blocks. I'll leave these 2 alone. Okay, so now there's a single bit of chiseled metal, And this has a full thing of chiseled metal. So if we copy this again, and then paste it, you'll see it doesn't place it where the bits are, because MCEdit is trying to be smart, because it sees, okay, there's already, or World Edit, I mean, it says, okay, there's already a chiseled metal, chiseled gold here, so I do not need to place this there. So then it's doing that to save time and resources, but it ends up kind of messing up everything. But I found out that Minecraft structure blocks do not do that. They will just paste everything. So, here, if I just clean this up really quick. Let me just make a quick demonstration. But, for starters, I, made 3 different arch designs. We have arch 1 to 2, which is from pillar 1 to pillar 2. And then we have from pillar 2 to pillar 3. And finally we have from pillar 3 to pillar 1. And I stripped back all the extra blocks and saved schematics for each of them. So, let me copy pillar 1 and pillar 2 separately to, or maybe, let me think about this for 1 second. Alright, so we have pillar 3 selected. I can stand on top of here, copy it, fly over here, and then paste it. Okay, and I might as well do that. Ooh, bit of lag. I mean, I am pasting 7,200 blocks. So I can paste it again, and finally paste it right here. Okay, so now we have 3 pillars, but their arches are all messed up. So then what we could do if we want to fix that, so we know this is pillar 3, it's going to pillar 1, we could come to right here, and then we load arch 3-1, then we just need to put it into the right place. So that looks like it's going to be right there. So then we can load that. Oops, I messed up. Okay, it's going to be right there. And now we have an archway in the right place. So that's what I did for over here, and it worked really, really nicely. So I don't actually need to do that anymore because I should just be able to copy whole segments of this. Because it goes, well yeah, anyway, I'll just do that really quick. Alright, and just like that, all of these arches are in place. Of course, that one is broken because I copied arch 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 from over there, but I had to paste 3 on the end here. So to fix this, now I need to do my structure block trick. And I'm going to also need to do it on the other side. Okay, so I have the placement correct. Just hit load. And there's the arch. Finally, what I'll need to do is come with this, do same material, and then do replace. And then I'm essentially going to paint the entire thing. Like this. Now, the server's still a little bit mad at me because I pasted 100,000, over 100,000 blocks. So it doesn't like me right now, but that's okay. It doesn't need to like me. And it is still running, it's just not running very well. But that's okay. Anyway, so I just need to paint this, like I said, and then I'll need to figure out what to do next, but we're actually very close to completing this thing. Anyway, that is going to do it for me today, this episode. If you liked the episode, make sure to leave a like, and I'll see you guys all in part 3. Thanks for watching.